Hello, my lovely people! I am answering a question and enjoying the day. It's so nice outside. I'm so excited. Summer is near, and soon it'll be green. That's gonna be lovely. But we got a question from Girl Blogger. How you doing? Thanks for just all you do on the page. I really appreciate your comments and whatnot. And so her question is, what inspires me as an INTP? There's hair on my phone. My creativity. And I was like, this is really kind of cool. So it's kind of a simple answer, but there's this thing in my head. It's called a brain, Eric. Well, great. More than just brain. There's this concept. There's this idea that I guess I've always had in my mind, and I always try to figure out how to communicate it. And I stumbled across like just storytelling. I mean, it doesn't have to be like writing or anything like that, but that too, like the artistic world is the best way to express the vision that's in my mind, if that makes any sense. What's the vision? Power, serenity, and kind of how the things ought to be. That feeling that you feel like, hey, this is how it ought to be. This deep some connection of the human spirit connecting to the external realm beyond ourselves. It's an extremely abstract concept. There's really no actual linear way to explain it, and that's why art is such a nice way to figure out how to explain it, because you can use music, visuals, characters, setting, composition. You can light's the biggest one. You can use all of those to articulate the abstract concept especially that's in my mind. But at the same time, it can be translated to how other people relate to it, which is fine. I think it's more for me just trying to articulate it. And so like right now I'm writing a book, and I think I'm at like chapter 5, but I've been working on this whole story gig. It's basically kind of a Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's not at all the same as Lord of the Rings, but it's the same kind of scale, I should say, for maybe like 5 years or something like that. But I'm using this story to articulate some of those concepts. But I also have to use but there's these concepts are extremely abstract. They aren't connectable, and they don't make a story. So I had to learn how to create very practical things. But that's interesting. Those practical things can lead up to that higher concept. But some people, they may not see the concept, but they see the more practical stuff and can relate to it in their own way. And maybe they have a higher concept in themselves that they didn't know existed or knew how, or I guess, when you read a book and you're like, that's exactly what's kind of in my mind, but I didn't know how to articulate it, something like that. So hopefully it kind of inspires the readers that way in some way. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. There's this thing in my head, and I really want people to experience it, because I think it's a very beautiful and dangerous, and I don't know. It's like it's the wide gamut that goes from delicate to bold, a mountain versus a flower, and but it's kind of like how things ought to be and where our origin was as humans. And if you've seen some of my other videos, you probably know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so that is the answer that I have to that question. I was really excited about that question. And so hopefully maybe in the future, if you guys ever come across some of my art, even like the river video that's supposed to articulate some of that feeling as well. However, the visuals aren't quite exactly how I'd like them, because it is still, I guess it is officially spring now, but it is dead as heck and brown like a dirty butthole. Did I just say that out loud? Okay, so I'm going to see you guys later. If you have a question, leave it down in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in another video or another life. You never know. Or do I know? I don't know. Woo!